Hello, my name is Trevor Barler and I'm the past president of the Rotary Club of Loddon Vale. We're here to tell you a little bit about Rotary and about one of its subsidiary organisations, Interact, which has been running successfully for 10 years here at the Piggott School. Hopefully we'll persuade you that Piggott Interact Club is a good club to join. To help me, I have with me some current Piggott Interact Club members, namely Ellie Parr, who's Joint President and Funding Chairperson, and Maya Dalpra, who's Joint President and Charity Chairperson. We'll tell you about Interact by answering 5 questions. Firstly, what is Rotary? Secondly, what is Interact? Thirdly, what has Piggott Interact achieved over the past year? Fourthly, what has Piggott achieved over the past 10 years? And fifthly, why you should join Piggott Interact Club. So firstly, I'll address the question of what is Rotary. Rotary was formed in 1905 by Paul Harris in Chicago in the United States, and now is a worldwide organisation and one of the world's largest and most successful global membership and humanitarian services organisation, with 1.2 million members in over 200 countries and over $2 billion in assets. Rotary is an organisation comprising men and women with a wide range of skills and abilities who want to give something back to their communities by providing help to deprived or disadvantaged people by building peace and goodwill in the world. Secondly, by improving water availability and sanitation. Thirdly, by educating children in poorer parts of the world and providing skill development opportunities elsewhere. Fifthly, by tackling disease eradication and health improvement in the world. Sixthly, by helping mothers and children improve infant mortality by offering better maternity services. Sixthly, by helping local economies to grow. And seventhly, by tackling climate change by producing a greener environment. The main drivers for change are through the local Rotary and Interact clubs like Loddon Vale Rotary Club and Piggott Interact Club. Loddon Vale Rotary Club has made donations in the last year amounting to about £8,000. The donations have gone to the Woodley Food Bank of £320, £2,000 to Cancer Research UK, £250 to the Alexander Divine Children's Hospice Service, £1,000 to Central Reading Salvation Army, £250 to Thames Valley Air Ambulance, £1,000 to the Royal Berkshire Hospital Coronary Unit, £120 Reading 9692172. In previous years, international causes have benefited as well, including shelter boxes for hurricane victims and families, twinning toilets, Aquabox, Hamburg Harker Children's Dementia Charity, and above all, End Polio Now. That's trying to eradicate polio from the world. This is just a snapshot of the people and organisations Loddon Vale has helped in the past year, amounting to over £8,000. This excludes donations made by 2 Interact clubs at the Piggott School, which we'll talk about later, and by Wangels College. Loddon Vale Rotary Club was formed in 1973 and has donated over £500,000 in nearly 50 years since its formation. The Rotary motto is service above self, and we need your support, so come and join us. I'll now ask Ellie Parr, Joint President and Fundraising Chair of Piggott Interact Club, to answer the question, what is Interact? We're here today to tell you about Rotary, and in particular about a part of Rotary that's been working successfully for the past 10 years in the Piggott School. It's called Piggott Interact Club. We'll start by showing you a video clip.
For its first 50 years, Rotary was pretty much an organization for adults. But in the 60s, the times began to change. Kids like me were taking a stand, speaking out, and getting involved. Rotary wanted to unite young leaders and guide their energy towards service, and so Interact was born. Today, Rotary clubs sponsor more than 15,000 Interact clubs in 142 countries. Interactors serve by volunteering in our communities and reaching out to others in need. We connect in our clubs and build friendships around the world. And we lead by developing opportunities for the future. Interact has been changing the world for 50 years. We're the next generation of leaders. Are you ready to join us?
Hopefully you enjoyed the Interact video clip, but I'd just like to stress that there are over 15,000 Interact clubs around the world, and in the UK we've got over 500. Interact is Rotary made accessible to young people identifying charitable needs in their communities by coming together in teams to make things happen, by raising money to make donations to selected charities, mainly local, but as we've already said, some international. To give back to their communities, Interact is a fun and lively organisation offering young people aged 12 to 18 amazing opportunities to broaden their horizons, make new friends and help the lives of others. Interact is an exciting place where members decide how they would like to help communities at home and abroad. It's a place where ideas flourish and become meaningful social action. Interact is a part of Rotary International and the Rotary Club of Loddon Vale. I'll now hand over to Maya Delper to tell you what Piggott Interact Club has achieved in the past turbulent year. We'll now show you a slide as what we've donated to deserving causes in the last year. This slide shows what donations Piggott Interact Club has made to mainly local but also to international charities in the past year, despite the limitations imposed by COVID-19. A majority, £1,075, has gone towards organisations who supported people suffering from COVID-related restrictions. Other donations have been made to charities working with children and young people with problems, namely Alexander Devine Children's Hospice Services, Daisy's Dream, Camp Mohawk, Mermaids, and one donation of £250 to an international charity, a Rotary-initiated school in Kenya called the Kaleva Foundation. In total, Piggott Interact Club has donated over £2,000 in the past year. Every year, Piggott Interact Club votes on which local and international charities it wants to support. Currently, we are supporting COVID support charities, e.g. food banks and NHS charities together. Launchpad, which is a charity that supports the homeless in Reading, and we have already been supporting for a number of years, as we feel that everyone, regardless of their choices, deserves a place they can call home. Camp Mohawk, a very local charity that does an amazing job of supporting children that are disabled or have special needs, and they have some of the best facilities to support them and their families. We also support other worthy causes that crop up throughout the year, such as in previous years, the victims of the Grenfell Tower disaster, and funds to help a local boy with a potentially terminal disease called Reuben's Fight. I'll now hand back to Trevor to tell you what Piggott Interact Club has achieved over the past 10 years. What has Piggott Interact Club achieved over the past 10 years since its creation? There have been 10 Interact clubs, each with a president and each which have had fundraising activities and donations of various levels. In fact, the first Piggott Interact Club was in 2012 to 2013, whose president was Anna Cullis, and they raised £1,400 and donated to Ichthyosis Support Group £400, Macmillan Nurses £200, and Wokingham Cancer Care £200. In subsequent years, £1,500, £700, £1,500, £1,250, £1,100 and £1,600 have been raised, with the largest happening in the past year, a figure of £2,700, in total amounting to over £14,000. I'll show you a video clip of some of the organisations that have been active with Piggott Interact Club and some of the charities that we've supported. So over the past 10 years of Piggott Interact Club's existence, we've had the Piggott Interact Club Charter Night, which was in 2012. We've had a football tournament. We've had Christmas float fundraising activities. We've had a club social in Woodford Park Sports Centre, had several charity galas, and we've had a Tin Can Shy fundraiser at Twyford Donkey Derby. And which charities has Piggott supported in this period? In the past 10 years, which charities have we supported? We supported many charities, but in particular COVID sufferer support organisations, including Woodley, Wokingham, Maidenhead and Reading food banks and NHS charities together. We've also helped various other charities, particularly related to children's charities. We've helped Camp Mohawk. We've helped Little Princess Trust, which allows girls battling a terrible illness to appear the same as the rest of the girls of their age, so that they are not isolated by cancer. We've helped painted dogs in Africa, which are becoming increasingly rare. We've covered Diana Brimbleton Animal Rescue Centre in Hurst. We've helped the Thames Valley Air Ambulance. We've helped Reading Launchpad for homeless people. Help for Heroes for surviving veterans from military service and their families. So in summary, over the past 10 years, Piggott Interact Club has raised in excess of £14,000 and helped more than 30 mainly local charities and some international ones too. Has encouraged more than 80 young people from Piggott School, Sixth Form, to be more aware of the needs of their local and international communities. Has had an average of 8 to 15 members in the club in each year from the Sixth Form at the Piggott School. Has helped these students with their university applications by adding some useful elements to their UCAS entry form. Has helped them develop some useful skills which they've used in building their careers. Thank you, Ellie, for handing it back to me. I'll now deal with the next steps of the Pigott Interact presentation. The next steps really depend on your level of interest in joining Pigott Interact Club to build on the success of the club over the past 10 years. The club has raised and donated, as we've told you, over £14,000 to help local, national, some overseas and some international charities, including End Polio Now. If you're interested in joining Pigott Interact Club to make the lives of the deprived and disadvantaged people in your community and elsewhere better, put your name on the interest sheets at the front of the hall when the presentation is finished. Have you got any questions you'd like to put to me? Thank you very much for listening to our presentation.